Season of Discovery Phase 3 is here. Let's see how we're going to succeed as a Restoration Shaman. Starting off with our stat priority, which is going to be Intellect. This is going to grant us some crit chance and give us additional mana the more we have of it. We are going to be using a rune called Shamanistic Rage, which actually scales with this very, very efficiently due to it giving you a percentage of your mana pool back. Therefore, having more mana equals more mana regen from that rune if you are taking it. The next one is going to be Spell Healing. Of course, this means that your healing spells are more powerful and therefore can heal more, needing to do less of them and therefore saving more mana. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. Mana per 5 seconds. Again, this is the mana you're regenerating in combat every 5 seconds, and this can keep helping you top up that mana as you're going through the fight. Spell Critical Strike, of course, increasing the chance that you're going to do a crit on your heals, again, reducing the amount you need to actually heal. And lastly is going to be Spirit, which is mana and health regen outside of combat, which isn't going to matter as much. Moving on to the talents, of course, most of these points are going to be in the restoration tree, starting off by putting everything in at the top. With Tidal Focus, we can reduce the mana cost of our healing spells by 5%, and with Improved Healing Wave, we can reduce the cast time of Healing Wave by 0.5 seconds. Going on to the next one, it's 3 out of 3 into Ancestral Healing, increasing our target's armor by 25% for 15 seconds after they receive a critical heal from us, the Shaman Healer. Going down one more, God, it's like a game of Connect 4. It's Healing Focus, giving you a 70% chance to avoid interruption caused by damage when casting any healing spell, and then 1 into Totemic Mastery. The radius of your totems that affect friendly targets is increased to 30 yards. This is massive. We've got a lot of totems that we can use, and increasing the range of them means more people in the raid will be affected by them in a positive way. Going down one more, it's Tidal Mastery, increasing the crit effect of your healing and lightning spells by 5%. And then number 5 going into Restorative Totems, increasing the effect of Mana Spring and Healing Stream totems by 25%. Those two totems do what you think they do. Mana Spring, is giving more mana. Healing Stream is giving healing out to everyone. It's really quite simple. They're really good, and it's really fun. Nature's Swiftness, it's a 3-minute cooldown. We're going to activate into there. Your next nature spell with a casting time less than 10 seconds becomes instant cast. 5 out of 5 into Purification, quite simply increasing the healing of all healing spells by 10%. Last one is your Mana Tide Totem, not Mana Spring. I was getting ahead of myself a minute ago. It's on a 5-minute cooldown. We can summon a Mana Tide Totem with 5 health at the feet of the caster, restoring 170 mana every 3 seconds to group members within 20 yards. Fantastic, not just for us, but everyone else in the raid as well. We do have 5 more points that we can put somewhere. I like to put it into Ancestral Knowledge, further increasing our maximum mana by 5%. Going on to the runes then, it's going to be Water Shield on the hand. The caster is surrounded by 3 globules of water, granting 1% of your maximum mana every 5 seconds. And then when anything hits you, you're actually going to regain 4% of your maximum mana, and that will then expend one of those water globules. So there's 3 chances for that to happen. Once you've been hit 3 times and you've got 12% mana back, then you'll need to recast Water Shield onto yourself. Just watch out for this. You can see them spinning around yourself. You can very easily see when they run out. On the pants, it's going to be Shamanistic Rage. This is the one I spoke about in the stat priority, where it's going to reduce all damage taken by 20%, and you regenerate mana equal to 5% of your maximum mana every second for 15 seconds, which is huge. If you really do not care about mana, you can go for Earth Shield, which is a protective shield, reducing casting and channeling time lost when damaged, and causing attacks to heal the shielded target. This effect can only occur every few seconds, 9 charges on it, lasting 10 minutes. You can put this on the tank if you are taking it, but I do recommend Shamanistic Rage. The mana is not to be scoffed at. On the chest, I like to go for Overload. For us as healers, your Chain Heal and Healing Wave have a 50% chance to cast a second time on the same target at no extra mana cost that does half of the additional healing. If you don't want to take that, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's amazing. But if you don't, you can also take Healing Rain, which is a nice big AoE heal that you can select the area 15 yards around the target player and heals all of the target's player party members in that area every second, which is really nice. You can slam it down wherever you want with a big AoE heal. Like if everyone is clustered up in the melee, for example, this can be really good for AoE healing. But personally, I like the throughput of overload so that you can get those extra chain heals and healing waves out and therefore doing more HPS. The waste one is interesting. If you want to do some extra damage, you can with Fire Nova. It's basically a totem you can put down that does AoE fire damage. I like to go with Power Surge, which I think is really OP. Each time Flame Shock deals damage, it has a 5% chance to reset the cooldown on Lava Burst and Chain Lightning and make your next Lava Burst, Chain Heal or Chain Lightning within 10 seconds instant. Additionally, every 5 seconds you're gaining mana equal to 15% of your intellect, which is massive and also means that our number one stat prio, intellect, is even more powerful. This is fantastic. Getting those instant chain heals is massive. On the feat, you can go with Spirit of the Alpha, unless another Shaman is taking it, so do discuss this with your group to make sure. Infuses the target of the Spirit of the Alpha Wolf, increasing all threat generated by the target by 45% for 30 minutes. Limit one target. Of course, you could put this on the tank. If the Shaman also gains a loyal beta, increasing physical damage done and reducing all threat generated by 30%. A target cannot have both Spirit of the Alpha and the loyal beta at the same time. You can put that on someone else to reduce the threat taken. Otherwise, if another Shaman is taking that, take Ancestral Awakening. When you critically heal with your healing wave or lesser healing wave, you summon an Ancestral Spirit to aid you, instantly healing the target with the lowest percentage health in the raid within 40 yards for 30% of the healing done, if that makes sense. Going on to our new cheeky head and wrist runes then. We're going with Tidal Waves on the head. When you cast Chain Heal or Riptide, you gain 2 charges of Tidal Waves, which reduces the cast time of your healing wave by 30% and increases the critical effect chance of your lesser healing wave by 25%. This is amazing for Riptide, which is the one we're about to choose on the next rune. So again, when you cast Chain Heal or Riptide, you're going to get 2 stacks of this Tidal Waves, reducing the cast time of your healing wave by 30%, increasing the crit chance of your lesser healing wave. And then again, on the wrist, quite obviously, it's going to be Riptide, healing a friendly target, and your next chain heal cast on that primary target within 15 seconds will consume the healing over time effect and increase the amount of the chain heal by 25%. This is also going to trigger Ancestral Awakening. How does it all come together then? Well, we're going to use our lesser healing wave as an emergency heal, and we can use our healing wave to spot heal injured players as well. We can use chain heal for AoE heals. Remember, it's all working quite well together with the procs that we're getting from various things. Keep your water shield up. If you are taking it, then put your earth shield on the tank. We can also use our Riptide, remember, and using that with our tidal waves that we've just discussed. So when we cast Chain Heal or Riptide, we're going to gain 2 stacks of that, remember, reducing the cast time of Healing Wave and increasing the crit of our lesser Healing Wave. Don't then forget about your Lava Surge. We should be using Flame Shock on our targets, resetting the cooldowns, etc. of our spells and getting mana back. Don't also forget that when we critical heal with our healing wave or lesser healing wave, we're going to summon that Ancestral Spirit, instantly healing the lowest percentage health party member for 30% of the amount healed as well. A lot of passives going on here, so it may sound like it's a lot going on. It's really not. Don't also forget to keep up your, your mana totems, your healing totems, etc., and any other beneficial totems you may be using. And if you're not taking Overload on your chest, you can use, again, remember, Healing Rain as an AoE heal. Just as a recap then on Overload, it's giving your Chain Heal and Healing Wave a 50% chance to cast a second one. Again, that is another passive thing that you won't really notice happening, but it will be, well, you will when you see it healing, but you're not going to have to do anything extra for that to happen. And that, guys, is how you're going to play Restoration Shaman in Phase 3 of SoD. If you do have any other questions, feel free to join my Discord. We've got a really active and friendly community who are happy to help. And you can also join my Patreon, where you can message me one-on-one for any questions you may have. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff and footage on there. You can get access to my LVI custom UI and my Voodoo profiles and details and all of that, as well as my WoW spreadsheets. One other thing I do have for beginners in my Discord is a compendium I've built, which helps you in a plethora of things like logging, analyzing those logs, simming, how to find guilds, and things like that. If you're looking for more Phase 3 SoD guides, check out my channel. There's this current guide shelf here, and there's the SoD Phase 3 playlist. You'll have all of the guides for all classes and specs in there, and they are in class order. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in Phase 3 of SoD.